We all have that same fantasy, right? You pop open a storage unit and find it stacked floor to ceiling with pallets of $100 bills. Walter White lived the fantasy in Breaking Bad. By the final season, he had amassed roughly $80 million in cold, hard cash, and you know what that money brought him? Not freedom. It brought him absolute terror. Financial gurus love to say cash is king. Walter White proves that's a lie. In the modern financial system, undocumented cash isn't a king. It's a liability. It's radioactive material. You can't spend it. You can't bank it. You can't invest it. All you can do is bury it in the desert and pray the IRS doesn't notice you buying a new pair of shoes. Today, we're going to autopsy the finances of Heisenberg. We'll step away from the cool drug kingpin stuff and look at the boring, terrifying reality of money laundering 101. First, let's talk about the product guy versus the operations guy, or what I call the scaling trap. Walter White was a genius chemist. He created the perfect product, blue sky methamphetamine. It was 99.1% pure. It had a unique selling proposition that blew the competition out of the water. As a product guy, Walter was unbeatable. But as a businessman, he was incompetence personified. Walter's problem was that his product was too good. Demand skyrocketed instantly. He went from cooking in an RV to needing industrial scale manufacturing overnight. This is the scaling trap that kills many legitimate businesses, too. When you scale that fast, your logistics break. Walter couldn't handle distribution. He had to partner with psychopaths like Tuco and then corporate sociopaths like Gus Fring just to move the product. He lost control of his supply chain and his pricing power because he couldn't handle the operational side of the business. He was a great chef who didn't know how to run a restaurant empire. But the biggest problem wasn't making the meth, it was the money itself. Let's say you, like Walter, suddenly have $1 million in a duffel bag on your bed. Tomorrow, you go to a dealership to buy a Porsche. You dump the bag on the desk. What happens next? Do you drive off in the car? No. The dealer calls the police. In the US, any cash transaction over $10,000 triggers a currency transaction report, filed with the IRS and the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. They want to know the source of funds. Where did you get this money? Did you pay taxes on it? If your official job is unemployed high school teacher, but you rate buying a mansion in cash, you are going to prison. Not for drugs, for tax evasion. Remember, they didn't get Al Capone for murder. They got him because he couldn't explain where his money came from. Walter had $80 million, but he was living like a pauper because he couldn't cross the bridge from the black economy to the white economy. This forces Walter into the most tedious part of criminal finance, the front business. Why did a multi-millionaire drug lord need to buy a pathetic little car wash? Because he needed a business that naturally deals in high volumes of small cash transactions. The goal of money laundering is to make dirty money look clean. You take the drug money, mix it into the car wash's daily takings, pay taxes on it, and poof, now it's legitimate business income. But here is the reality check that broke Skylar White, the physical limitations of laundering. To wash $80 million through a car wash that charges $15 a car, you would need to wash over 5 million cars. It would take decades. Skylar, the accountant, realized they were drowning in cash faster than they could possibly clean. The sheer volume of physical currency became their greatest logistical nightmare. The lesson of Walter White isn't about morality. It's about financial logistics. Making a lot of money quickly usually means breaking rules. But keeping that money requires navigating the most sophisticated surveillance system in human history, the global banking system. Walter White conquered the cartels, but he was defeated by forensic accounting. If you're an entrepreneur, remember this. Having a great product is only 20% of the battle. The other 80% is operations, logistics, and ensuring your financial plumbing is clean. Because if your financial house isn't in order, that pile of cash isn't wealth. It's just evidence. Class dismissed. Thanks for watching.